Amy Claire Davis. The singer-songwriter Tori Amos is known for the bold confessional style of her lyrics and for taking on issues like rape and sex and masturbation and abuse. 20 years since her first success with the album Little Earthquakes, she's now picked out some of her favourite songs to reimagine and perform for the first time with an orchestra, and the result is her new album Gold Dust. She signed with the classical label Deutsche Grammophon 2 years ago, and actually it's a return to her roots because she began her musical education as a child in the classical world. When Tori joined me to talk about her career, I asked her about her early years. Her dad was a Methodist minister, and he ferried his 13-year-old daughter around for early gigs at gay bars.
He thought, okay, if this is what you say you want to do. So my dad took me, and there was no room at the inn anywhere. It would just be, you're kidding me, because he'd have his dog collar on. And it was only the gay world. They said, okay, she can play for tips. And boy, did he get some flack from the church members. And he said, the safest place for a 14-year-old is with the gays.
What sort of songs were you singing in gay bars then?
Oh, I had quite a repertoire. My mother, since I was 2.5, she said I started playing. And so she would start playing me once my dad went to church. She had worked in a record store. So he allowed her to keep her records.
And what did she have?
Fats Weiler, Billie Holiday, Old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, musical theater, lots of musical theater. And then my brother would come home, he's 10 years older, and bring the devil music in. And before my dad got home, he would say, listen to this, memorize it, and do variations on the themes. Once Dad's reading his paper, he'll never know.
Go on, like what?
Oh, the Doors, all kinds of things.
The Doors, they could be pretty dark.
Very dark, but if you do a Baroque kind of variation on it, it's good at funerals. It works.
And your dad never spotted it?
No, and he would get me, too. For one, I was cheaper than the organist. So at 9, I was doing funerals and weddings. I was cheap. I mean, he got me for a very good deal. And I loved wearing red leather pants to church and teaching the children's choir. But the children's choir was filled. You know, I had 75 kids.
Yeah. You became the singer of soul-bearing songs for an entire generation of young women, didn't you? Little Earthquakes was the soundtrack to so many bedrooms, I imagine. You must have been singing your heart out in so many rooms and meaning so much to so many young women for quite some time. You're obviously conscious of that still, aren't you?
The songs always said to me, we need to make relationships and friends with people all over the world.
What about Gold Dust? They're not necessarily the big hits, the songs that everybody knows. So why did you pick the ones that you have?
Well, I felt that this is about the conversations that I've had with women over the last over 20 years. In a coffee shop, a woman will come up to me. I'm very fortunate, Jane. A woman will come up to me and just start talking to me about something. Maybe it's because of the songs, and they'll tell me their relationship with it. What they don't know is another song is starting to write itself while they're talking to me about their experience. It's a domino song effect. Something that really spoke to me over the years is the relationship women have had with Silent all these years. 2 women, very different ages, very different cultures. I was in Israel in the last 5 years, and in an airport somewhere was a Middle Eastern woman, I think Egyptian, and I saw her in the ladies' room at the airport, and she stopped me, and she said, you need to know we pass your music behind closed doors, woman to woman, and this song has been a song that has given us strength to survive what we have to survive at times, so don't ever stop. And then there was another woman, a little older, who was quite prominent as a judge. And it was in America, and told me her story, which was that this song finally gave her the courage to leave the domestic abusive relationship she had. But she was a powerful woman in her field, and yet the exposure and the shame that she had that this had been going on with another prominent person, it took her a long time to speak out and change her life.
You've written songs about masturbation, about miscarriage, about sexual assault, and it's all been your story, hasn't it? You're absolutely unsparing. You give us your life in song. Have you ever thought about doing it any other way?
The record company back in the mid-'80s would not support me doing piano vocal songs and encouraged me to take the rock chick route. And so I made an album called Why Can't Tori Read that really wasn't investigating these subjects. They were more love songs, not deep. And it was a terrible bomb. And Billboard referred to me as a bimbo and the music, and that was when it all came crashing down. I think I went to the beach and just laid down and wept. And the message became clear. You need to go to the piano, let her play you, stay open, and really talk about the issues that are important. And if nobody listens, that's your path. At least you can look at yourself in the mirror and have some self-respect as a musician. Go be a musician.
Has there ever been a song that you've tried to write about a really difficult subject, a really intimate subject, that you just haven't been able to do?
My mother, about illness. She will say to me, my time here is not long. She's 83. She survived colon cancer in the last year. The idea that she wouldn't be here physically anymore. I cannot allow myself yet to write what I want to write, which is really sad for me because I'd love to share it with her before she passes. She's the closest person in the world to me, she and my daughter Tash. My mother has been a guiding light. She's part Native American, and she'll say to me, but you walk with the ancestors are with you, and I'll always be in your heart, always. I just know that I'm preparing myself. We thought we were going to lose her this year, and we still have her. So every day is a gift that she's still here. And I do think that her passing, that will be when the music and the muses, I'll be able to really write her story.
The song that you are going to sing for us this morning is Cloud on My Tongue.
It's about loving somebody who is not quite ready to just be in a monogamous relationship, or you were in that and now they don't want that anymore.
It's got a I will survive feel about it.
Yes, I hope so. It's whimsical, and I've always thought this song sort of slipped under the radar, and she really wanted to come back and have a 21st century read, so here she is.
Someone's knocking on my kitchen door. Leave the wood outside. What? All the girls here are freezing cold. Leave me with your bonio. I said I don't need much to keep me warm, and don't stop now. What you doing? What you doing, my ugly one? Bring them all here, hard to hide. 100 girls in your hair. It won't be fair if I hate her. If I hate her, you can go now. You can go now. You're already in there. I'll be wearing your tattoo. You're already in there. Got a cloud sleeping on my tongue. He goes then, it goes, and kiss the violets as they're waking up. Leave me with your bonio. I said leave me the way I was before, but you're already in there. I'll be wearing your tattoo. Circles, circles again, the girls in circles, circles again, the girls in circles, and circles again. Where? Someone's knocking on my kitchen door. Leave the wood outside. What? All the girls here are freezing cold. You can go now, you can go now, you can go now, you can go now. You're already in there. I'll be wearing your tattoo. I'm already in circles and circles again.
The captivating Tori Amos and her new album Gold Dust is out on October the 1st. She'll be playing at the Royal Albert Hall in London on the 3rd of October. And that's it for this edition of Weekend Woman's Hour. Thank you very much indeed for listening. Join me again on Monday morning just after 10.